Joining us now, Trevor Matich, our WMAL's Redskins analyst, live in studio. Hey, Trevor, looking good today?
Blair, I love the hat you're wearing, man.
Thank you.
Go Nationals.
Nats. Go Nats. Hey, Trevor, we'll talk about the Redskins because they didn't do anything yesterday. Today's their big day. Let's first focus on yesterday. Do you agree? Is that a good pick for the Houston Texans?
That's a good pick, and here's why. The whole thing in the NFL is about helping your quarterback and degrading the other quarterback. Andrew Luck is in the same division with the Houston Texans, and now, in addition to J.J. Watt coming off one side, you've got Jadeveon Clowney coming off the other side, and that really levels the playing field, given that Houston is struggling at quarterback.
So Andrew Luck is the big loser yesterday because now he's got Jadeveon Clowney coming at him.
I can see him right now huddling with the offensive coordinator saying, how can we throw shorter, quicker passes? Get the ball out of my hand.
So sometimes it's not getting a great athlete or the best athlete. It's getting the athlete that will do you the most good given your defensive position.
Who is worthy of that pick?
Yeah.
In other words, Clowney obviously worthy of that pick.
He's a great athlete, right?
But you've got a plan. And whatever that plan is, you've got to stay with. And if you're in that division with Andrew Luck of the Colts at quarterback, you've got to upgrade your quarterback, which they have not done yet. But you've also got to do something to keep that guy from crushing you. And you've got to figure for the next 10 years, Andrew Luck will be a serious pain in the side of every Texan fan.
All right, so Johnny Manziel, everybody, it was a big Johnny football. It's all we were hearing. There's all this talk about Manziel. He was the 22nd pick, and he went to the Cleveland Browns.
Right. But he was the second quarterback taken.
That's true.
So that's good.
Were you surprised he was the second quarterback taken?
No, I thought he should have been the first quarterback taken. I thought Jacksonville, by the way, taking Blake Bortles, quarterback from Central Florida at number 3.
What was that all about?
That's why you're Jacksonville. We don't have time to tell you why. I don't think he should have been there. But let me tell you about Manziel. I think he'll be better as a pocket passer than people expect. Now, I look at the Alabama game this year, where he beat Alabama 2 years ago in Tuscaloosa. And Nick Saban, the Alabama coach, had a full year to game plan for Johnny Manziel for last year's game. The game plan was obvious when you watched the tape. Slow down the pass rush, keep Manziel from scrambling around, make him throw from the pocket. And that's what they did. But Manziel beat them from the pocket.
Because he can throw from the pocket.
He kept on throwing from the pocket, balls 30 and 40 yards in the air, downfield, dropping into tightly covered receivers with elite accuracy. Now, he didn't do that all the time, but he did it enough to tell me that with NFL coaching, he'll be able to have a good base of pocket passing in the NFL, which will then allow him to branch out with his athleticism.
All right, let's turn to today. Of course, the Redskins didn't have a pick. Well, we had a pick. We were the number 3 pick, but the Rams got to use it yesterday.
Yay.
So now we are on the clock, and we're the number 2 pick today. What are you looking for the Redskins to do today? Is it protection for RG3?
Well, yes. Remember, help your quarterback, degrade the other quarterback, and especially so with the Redskins. Last year, RG3 had a perfect storm against him. He had the knee injury that kept him from being able to work on his technique during the offseason. That knee injury also kept him from being as mobile as he could have been. The offensive line became a sieve when it came to protecting him in the pocket. And so there's a guy that's got a late first-round, early second-round grade from Alabama named Cyrus Kouandjio. Played left tackle at Alabama, projects as a right tackle for the NFL. 6'7", 322.
Wow.
A road grader who's a blaster in the run and nimble enough at right tackle in the NFL to be a solid pass protector for RG3. There's a couple of other guys that they could take there on the offensive line as well. They'll have a choice based on the health of who they like. But I like Kouandjio because think of the domino theory with this. Kouandjio with the run blocking will make RG3 better because he won't have to stand back in the pocket as much on 3rd and long. Kouandjio with the run blocking will make RG3 better, because play action will be more effective, because the running game will be better. The receivers will be better, which helps RG3, because of Kouandjio, because play action pass will give the receivers more time to get open downfield. All of this goes back to a domino theory that helps RG3, and upgrading at right tackle with Kouandjio would be one of the great options for that.
All right, and so as you look at the field, you got Kouandjio. Who else out there might the Redskins pick up down the line if they're still available?
Well, down the line, if they're still available, one of the guys I really like in the 3rd or 4th round is a guy from Wyoming, a safety named Marqueston Huff. He's really a corner. He had to play safety last year at Wyoming, but because he's really a corner, he's got the ability to go in and play a number of different positions in nickel and dime packages where there are extra defensive backs on the field. He can cover down, which you need to do in this league nowadays when there's so much spread offense with 4 wide receivers on the field. He's not a big hitter, but he's one of those outstanding athletes that can help you in a lot of ways. So the Redskins really in this draft should be able to have several guys come in and help them dramatically, even though they don't have that first-round pick.
So it's going to be a good day for the Skins.
It should be. There's another guy out there I really like named Stephon Tuitt, who's a defensive lineman from Notre Dame. Didn't have a good year last year because he came off an injury in the offseason, had surgery, so he came in a bit out of shape. But 2 years ago when they went to the national championship game, Stephon Tuitt had a monster year, and he's another guy that would degrade the other quarterback if they pick him up at D-line.
It sounds like, Trevor, this is a pretty deep draft, and all things considered, it's not too awful that the Redskins didn't get a first-round pick because there's still a lot of good talent.
Well, it's pretty awful, but they traded that away for RG3, so that's they're happy with that trade-off. But you're right though, Larry, because the bottom line is, are they going to help their team with this draft? And with this pick, number 34, if they don't trade out of it, they will get a guy that should start for them immediately.
Can I ask you? Deshaun Jackson has been posting to his Facebook page. He's been working out and doing some stuff with the team. How's he looking, and how's the attitude around the locker room?
I think they love having him there. I think he's going to be great. And the thing is, it's only a 3-year deal. So he's got some questions about his citizenship off the field, relationship with coaches, etc. But if in the first year he minds his P's and Q's, excellent. In the second year, if he starts to go a little bit crazy, that's okay. In the third year, if he really goes crazy but still contributes, that's fine, because then the contract is up and the Redskins got their money out of him. So I think this is a good signing.
The off-season changes the Redskins have made, you're encouraged?
Yes, they addressed linebacker, offensive line, secondary, a bunch of places where they needed help, and they did not break the bank.
All right. So how what's your feeling about the Skins this season?
Give us your May 9th prediction.
That's right. That perfect storm last year that all dumped on the head of RG3's production will be reversed this year, and I think the Redskins will have a big rebound in the positive way.
All right. Trevor, Matich, by the way, just for our core listeners, I want you to know that when he suggests that there's a question about Deshaun Jackson's citizenship, he means how he gets along with the other players. There's no suggestion that he crossed the border illegally at any time. Thank you, Trevor Matich.
All right.